Hello friends. What if everything you've been told about Buddhism is only half the story? What if Buddhism was never meant to make you believe more, but to help you see more clearly? And what if Theravada, often called the oldest form of Buddhism, is not about tradition at all, but about freedom, right here, right now? Pause for a moment, because what Theravada truly teaches may surprise you. When people hear the word Theravada, they often imagine something distant: ancient monks, Pāli scriptures, strict discipline, a path meant only for those who renounce the world. But Theravada itself never claimed to be ancient wisdom locked in the past. It simply means the teaching of the elders, the teachings closest to what the Buddha himself taught. Not a belief system to worship, not a philosophy to debate endlessly, but a practical path to end suffering. In this video, we will explore what Theravada truly teaches, not as doctrine, but as a way of seeing life, a way of understanding the mind, and a way of living wisely in the modern world. And along the way, you may begin to notice something subtle but powerful. Theravada does not try to make life comfortable. It tries to make you free. If Theravada had only one question, it would not be, "What do you believe?" It would be, "Are you still suffering? And do you want to understand why?" Theravada begins exactly where the Buddha began, with dukkha. Dukkha is often translated as suffering, but that translation is incomplete. Dukkha includes pain, yes, but also restlessness, dissatisfaction, anxiety, and the subtle sense that something is never quite enough. Even happiness in the Buddha's analysis contains dukkha because it changes. This is the first noble truth, as taught in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, SN 56.11. Birth is dukkha, aging is dukkha, illness is dukkha, death is dukkha, not getting what one wants is dukkha. But notice something important. The Buddha is not pessimistic, he is precise. Theravada teaches us to look directly at experience, not through hope, not through fear, but through honest observation. Take a modern example. You finally achieve something you've worked for: a promotion, recognition, a relationship. For a moment, there is joy, but soon a new worry appears. How do I keep this? What if I lose it? Theravada does not say you shouldn't want these things. It says, look carefully, see what actually happens in the mind. This is wisdom born from observation, not belief. What if suffering is not a punishment, but a teacher pointing you toward understanding? The second noble truth reveals something radical. Suffering is not caused by the world. It is caused by craving, taṇhā. As explained in many suttas, including Samudaya Satcha, SN 56.11, craving appears in three forms: craving for pleasure, craving for becoming, craving for non-becoming. In modern language, this looks like, I need more to be happy. I need to be someone. I want this feeling to stop. Theravada does not judge craving. It studies it. Imagine scrolling endlessly on your phone, not because it brings joy, but because stopping feels uncomfortable. The Buddha taught that craving is fueled by ignorance, avidya. We mistake what is impermanent for permanent, what is unsatisfactory for fulfilling, what is not self for me and mine. This teaching appears clearly in dependent origination, paticca, taught throughout the Samyutta Nikaya. If craving is the problem, then what happens when craving stops, even for a moment? The third noble truth is perhaps the most misunderstood. Nirodha means cessation, the ending of suffering, not by escaping life, not by suppressing desire, but by understanding craving so deeply that it loses its grip. The Buddha described this cessation as nibbana, not a place, but a state of freedom. In the Udana 8.1, the Buddha says there is an unborn, unbecome, unmade, unconditioned. Theravada does not ask you to believe in this. It asks you to practice in a way that allows you to taste moments of non-clinging. Even now, you may have experienced it. A moment when you were fully present, Not wanting, not resisting, just aware. That is a glimpse of what Theravada points toward. Freedom is not something you gain later. It begins the moment you stop clinging now. The fourth noble truth is the Noble Eightfold Path, taught throughout the Nikayas. But Theravada does not present this path as commandments. It presents them as skills. Right view, seeing reality clearly. Right intention, inclining toward renunciation, kindness, and non-harming. Right speech, action, livelihood, living in a way that reduces harm. Right effort, mindfulness, concentration, training the mind. This structure is explained in detail in the Mahacattarīsaka Sutta, MN 117. In modern life, this may look like speaking less reactively, noticing intention before action, pausing before feeding anger, training attention instead of being consumed by distraction. Theravada is deeply practical. It asks, does this reduce suffering for you and others, or increase it? Theravada doesn't ask, is this allowed? It asks, is this skillful? Perhaps the most challenging and liberating teaching of Theravada is anattā, non-self. As taught in the Anattā Sutta, SN 2259, the Buddha examined body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness, and asked, is this permanent or impermanent? Is what is impermanent suffering or happiness? Is it fit to be regarded as, this is mine, this I am, this is myself? Theravada does not say you don't exist. It says what you take to be you is a process, not a possession.
In modern terms, your thoughts arise and pass. Your emotions change. Your identity shifts over time. So where is the fixed self?
Seeing this is not depressing. It is freeing. When there is less clinging to me, there is more space for compassion, flexibility, and peace. What if the self you're trying so hard to protect was never solid to begin with? Meditation, seeing, not escaping. Theravada emphasizes vipassana, insight meditation, alongside samatha, calm. The Satipatthana Sutta, MN 10, outlines mindfulness of body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. This is not about blanking the mind. It is about seeing clearly. You watch breath, sensation, thought, arising and passing, and slowly, wisdom replaces reactivity. Meditation in Theravada is not mystical, it is observational, like learning how fire burns, not by reading about it, but by touching heat carefully. Meditation doesn't remove life's waves. It teaches you how to stop drowning in them. Theravada was never meant only for monasteries. In the Sigalovada Sutta, DN 31, the Buddha taught householders about relationships, work, ethics, and responsibility. Theravada wisdom applies when you feel overwhelmed, you're caught in comparison, you're addicted to distraction, you're afraid of loss. It teaches you to meet life as it is, with clarity, kindness, and courage. So what does Theravada truly teach? Not blind faith, not rigid tradition, not escape from the world. It teaches suffering can be understood, craving can be released, freedom is possible, wisdom comes from seeing clearly, compassion grows naturally from understanding. Theravada does not promise comfort, it promises truth, and truth, when seen deeply, brings a peace that does not depend on circumstances. The Buddha did not ask you to believe him, he asked you to look. And Theravada is simply an invitation to keep looking, until suffering no longer has a place to stand. There's nothing here to believe, only something to observe. If you'd like to continue looking deeply into the mind and daily life, you're welcome to follow this series and walk the path of understanding, one step at a time. This is Theravada wisdom for modern life, quiet, practical, and meant to be lived. May your seeing grow clearer and your heart grow lighter.